Vicki Hathaway, teacher of the blind, and I teach fiber arts and anything else they want. They're learning skills that they can give back to their family, friends, and community, because I think that's vitally important. I don't like my students to be on the taking end only. I think they need to return service back to whomever needs it, and they have the ability to do that. They're learning a skill they can take anywhere they go, and pretty much, unless it's sewing on the sewing machine, and they're learning a skill that becomes a conversation piece both in the workplace and on public transportation or wherever they choose to do it. When people come here, a lot of times if they've been born blind, a lot of times they can play the piano and they can do the computer, but to do a lot of other things, they have a hard time manipulating their fingers, and so they learn a lot of finger dexterity and manipulation in here. And they learn direction following, both verbal and hands-on. And when they get enough Braille, I give them Braille patterns. I record patterns for them, or I give them large print patterns for those who have been through the program and are coming back just for my class, because that happens a lot. I want to know about them, some of their favorite things, and what they're interested in doing in here. And some are interested in crochet, some are interested in knit. When I start a student, I usually start with a pincushion. But in knitting, it teaches cast on, knitting, and binding off. So that's the first project. I teach them that second because it has a basic decrease and a basic increase. It's also red, white, and blue, and it has like little scallops around it. It's on the left-hand side there. And I teach them that next. Then I go to the sweater vest. It looks like the front of a vest. And that one teaches them how to do ribbing, how to do seed stitch, how to do stockinette stitch. That's where they learn to purl. How to do cables, front cables and back cables. How two different increases and another decrease. And it teaches them how to shape armholes and necklines and pick up stitches. That one's 2 granny squares, and I teach them to crochet chains first, and then I do the center part of the granny square. And I use granny squares because the holes that you go into are larger than the stitches themselves. So they really feel like they're getting somewhere. And then I teach them that next, because it's doing the doubles, it's doing the chains, but they have to learn to put it someplace different. And then I teach them these round ones, the purple doily looking thing. That's crocheted, and it teaches them chevril and skipping and changing and increasing. This is where all the confidence comes in, because they have to learn that they can trust what their fingers tell them. I also, a lot of times, will do my work in here alongside with the students, because I believe I need to show them I'm walking the walk. I'm not just talking it. I can do it, and I do everything that I teach, and they need to be aware of that, and they need to know that. They're also learning a skill where it enables them to think out of the box, which I think is excellent for employment, and that's what employers need, because they think about what I'm doing, they catch their errors, they fix their errors, I try to teach that. I think it gives them a lot of confidence to continue doing what they were doing before they lost vision, or learning something new if they've never had vision and hadn't been taught that.